Hello, friends. I'm Heidi with Onigo Stamping, and welcome to my craft corner for Stamp With Me Tuesday. Terrific techniques. Are you guys getting an echo? I feel like maybe something is messed up. Let me know if you're here live and watching. Let me know how the sound is. So far, it doesn't look like anybody is here live, but I'll give it just a few minutes. I can't, it's so hard to tell. So let me know. I have a new computer, which new computer means new systems, right? Oh, here we go. Let's check that. Now, is that better? Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you're here and watching live too, because I love to know that you guys are watching. And I love to know if you are stamping along with me tonight, which I hope that you are. So, and welcome also to all of the people who are watching on the replay. I know that I have lots of people who come and watch later, and that's awesome too. Just joined in, Patricia, and the sound, and it sounds good. Oh, good. I am so glad. All right, I'm going to go ahead and flip around my camera, and that was not the one we want. Hello, Terry, just watching. Awesome. Hello, Karen. Welcome. So glad you guys are here tonight. All right, so we are doing a terrific technique tonight. This is an old technique that has been around for years and years. But I haven't seen it much lately. So I thought, let's go ahead and do it. So hello, Tammy and Fonda and Ina and Janet. So glad you guys are here. All right. You hope you can keep up, Janet. We'll see. If not, this is a great technique to practice with later too. So I pulled out the new Tropical Leaf stamp set. This is one of the new online exclusives. Stampin' Up! Just this week came out with a line of online exclusive items. And they're going to do this like, I think 3 times a year is what it's supposed to be. And there's, a couple different bundles and some paper and some embellishments and some circle punches, although I think they are both now temporarily unavailable because they sold so quickly. Some of these items are only while supplies last. Some of them will come back, and they have not told us which ones are while supplies last and which ones are coming back, sadly. So you just don't know until they're gone. If you see it in the store and it says currently unavailable, that means it's going to come back. If you just don't see it anymore, it means it's just gone. So, so hard. All right. So I'm using the Tropical Leaf, and this has a really cool punch with it too, to punch out one of the leaves. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a piece of basic white cardstock, right? And my basic white cardstock happens to be 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And then I have the 2 big leaves. That's basically all I'm going to use. I'm going to set those aside for a moment. I'm going to pull out some inks. So I have 3 ink colors here in 3 different colors of green. I have Old Olive, Granny Apple Green, and Parakeet Party. I'm going to start with the lightest. I'm going to start with some Parakeet Party. And I'm going to use a blending brush. Let me find a good one. I tried to wash these all last night, and let me tell you, tons of ink came out. And I think if I kept washing it, more ink would come out. But I gave up after a while. All right, so I'm going to ink this up with some Parakeet Party. Let's see how we do. And I am just going to start by putting this in some areas. Now, you don't have to make this super nice. Usually I tap off so I don't get a weird bubble or anything. For this technique, it really doesn't matter. It does not really matter what this layer looks like. It doesn't have to look perfect. So I'm just taking my Parakeet Party and adding it in some different areas. All right, so I got some Parakeet Party on there. Hello, Jamie and Kristen and Kathy and Patty. Oh my goodness, all my friends are here. All right, then I'm going to grab my Granny Apple Green color, and I'm going to add that in to some areas too. And this is going to be just a little bit darker. Just putting this down in some different spots. And like I said, you can see it's kind of a mess. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have a real nice smooth blend on this. All right. There's my Granny Apple Green. Kind of fun and pretty. And now I'm going to come in with some Old Olive. And hopefully this isn't too dark. I'm going to just try it over here. Oh no, that's good. Because I don't want to get too dark, because my plan is to cover this with a darker green. So I kind of want this to be bright. That's really with this technique. You want to start with some bright colors, either brights or subtles, something that's kind of light and bright, because you don't want it to get too dark. All right. I added some greens in there. I think I might come in with just a little bit more of the Parakeet Party. I really love Parakeet Party, and it's so nice and bright that it's going to work really well on here. I'm going to come in with a little blending brush. Just come in and add some more Parakeet Party in here and just blend this all out. All right. So there we go. That's looking pretty good. It's kind of a mess, and that's okay. Now, what we want to do is we want to get this dry. What works really well is just to leave this overnight and let it really dry. But I don't have that opportunity. So I'm going to grab my heat tool, and I'm just going to try to heat this just to speed up the drying a little bit. So let's get loud for just a minute. So, and I'm just going to run this over this background and just give it a nice, just try to dry it up as much as possible. So, and this heat tool is nice and hot. So trying also not to burn myself or scorch the paper. But I put a lot of ink down on there, so it does take, it takes a little bit for that to dry. All right. I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to set my heat tool aside because I'm going to use it again. I'm going to push that down. Let's see. Okay. Hopefully that's good. I'm going to come in here with my embossing buddy because next we are going to do some embossing. So just going to rub over this whole piece with my embossing buddy. I just ordered a new embossing buddy. I decided this was enough. I need to get the whole embossing essentials pack with the little tray. So hopefully the next time you guys see me embossing, unless it's really soon, I will have buddy. I'll have a new tray. I'll have all the goodies. All right, I'm coming in with my Versamark ink pad, and I'm going to stamp some leaves all over here. And that just really wants to stick. All right, I'm going to do little leaves. I'm going to throw the stamps at myself. Oh my goodness. Now this is a little bit hard because you can't see what you're doing. I'm trying not to overlap them too much, but if they overlap a little bit, not a big deal. And I'm going to stamp them all different directions. And I haven't tried this stamp set. So I just got this in the mail the other day. So we'll have to see how it does with this technique. It's always, Tuesday nights are always me trying stuff out. I don't always know exactly what I'm doing. Now, I did do lots of other samples with this technique, though. So even if this one does not work out, no fears, because I have more samples for you. And I'm just turning this sideways so I can kind of see the Versamark a little bit. I don't know that that really shows up. Probably looks like I am doing nothing here. But I am stamping with Versamark, trying to get everything close without being too close. All right. Making sure I get to the edges. So just kind of check in. Like I said, I'm just turning this in the light to see everything. All right. I think I got it nice and inked up. Elizabeth, thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that. All right, I'm going to grab some scrap paper. I'm going to put this on a little bit of scrap paper. And now I'm going to grab my clear embossing powder. Out of my little thing here. All right, we want clear. And I'm just going to start dumping this on. So I'm going to start over here. We're just going to dump. I just dump that whole thing on. And then I'm going to try to keep it on my piece of paper. It's a good thing I'm getting that tray hopefully next week. I don't know, shipping is really slow. If you guys have ordered for Stampin' Up and you're waiting for stuff to come, I am so sorry. They just kind of got swamped over there with the new online exclusives and the end of celebration, and they're just trying to catch up with everything. So shipping's just running a little bit slow right now. So just hopefully, yeah, just wait, be patient. So anyway, I have to be patient too. It's so hard being patient. I paid for quicker shipping to get this stamp set quicker. All right, I'm giving it a good tap because I'm trying to get all the extras from the side. Now, normally, you know, I might take a brush and get off some of those extras, but with this, it's a little bit hard. So you can kind of see where those leaves are going to be. We're going to heat emboss these. And before long, we're going to be able to see them really well. So there's embossing powder everywhere. Do you guys do that? End up with embossing. It's like gritty little embossing powder everywhere, right? Right. So I'm going to take my heat tool again, and I'm going to heat all of this, which is going to take me a minute again. And I'm just going to heat all those leaves and get that powder all nice and melted. And hopefully I got some good coverage on here. All right. I think there might be some holes in the leaves, but it's going to be okay. All right. So now, probably still can't see that, but there's, you can kind of see there's some shiny leaves on there. Now comes the fun part. Well, the first fun part. I want to grab my Evening Evergreen, I think. So I'm going to pull out some Evening Evergreen ink, and I'm going to ink up my blending brush. And I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to ink up my whole piece again. All right. So we're just going to come in and ink this whole thing up with the Evening Evergreen. And you can see those leaves start to appear. Just giving it a good rub. I want to get a really nice dark color. This is why you want to use a really dark color for this. So the first step, you want to use a light, bright color. And then this step, you want to use a darker color to really create that dramatic effect. And I end up with inky fingers. This is an inky fingers technique. If you don't want to get inky, might not be the technique for you. It's not too bad. I've done inkier things. But all right, so we got all that nice Evening Evergreen on there. Oh, good, you caught me live. I'm so glad. And now I'm going to grab a tissue, which I should have put closer to me, but I'm going to grab a tissue, and I am just going to rub this. You're going to see that takes a little bit more of the ink off the top of the embossing and getting off all the extra. Isn't that fun? Look at that pop out there. Now this one, I used greens under there that were kind of, close in color. And so it doesn't create a really super varied, but it does kind of have that varied effect in there. Now what I like to do, this is a purely optional step for this. I like to come back in with my heat tool and hit it again because it's just going to kind of like gloss up the heat, the embossing on here. So I'm just going to do that again. Just kind of remelt the top. You don't want to do it too much because you don't want to, you know, melt it, over emboss it. Just kind of give it another hit with your embossing, with your heat tool. All right, and there we go. Beautiful embossed background. Isn't that so cool? I just think it's amazing. It's like magic. It's like magic. All right, let's see if I can finish this off. This is where the trick really comes in. Let's see if I can finish this off. All right, so if you prepared your supplies, what you probably have is you maybe have a piece of one of the lighter colors, which is what I have. I have some Parakeet Party, and then you have a background of the darker color, which is what I have, Evening Evergreen. So isn't that so cool? Hi, Jude. No worries. If you missed the beginning, you can always catch the replay. Now, I stamped these earlier. I don't know if I want to use them, though. I don't know what I want to do. I have a couple more leaves. Maybe I just want to use one. And I colored and cut out a rhino. I just was playing with the rhino. I wanted to try the Rhino Ready set. That's the set right here. It's another one of the online exclusives, and I wanted to try it and see what it did. So I just cut it. I just tried it. I just made one rhino. All right, let's see. What do I want to do? If you like, let's grab a piece of Evening Evergreen. Let's try this with my 2-inch circle. Now, I already had a 2-inch circle, so I'm just using my old one, but they're the same. Yeah, Kristen, it's making you want other stuff. I know, right? I'm going to use this circle punch. I love circle punches. I'm so glad that these are going to be available, even if they are currently sold out. They're coming back. Don't worry. All right. I just want to, maybe that circle's not big enough. Oh, that might work. All right, so I want to come in with the sentiment. I have the sentiment that says, hope your birthday is wild. And I just kind of want to have a way to put this sentiment on here. So I'm going to emboss this with white. I'm going to set that aside for just a minute. You like it, Jamie? I'm so glad. This is the part of the evening where you guys just get to watch me like figure out how to finish a card. This is like sneak peek behind the scenes of me when I'm designing, right? Sometimes I try things and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So, all right, I'm going to emboss this Hope Your Birthday is Wild with white embossing powder, I think. I'm going to put it kind of up towards the upper left. I have not tried this, you guys, I promise. I haven't tried it, so I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if it is going to work or look good when I get done. All right. I'm going to grab some white, and I'm just embossing this Hope Your Birthday is Wild, just for kind of, I think it's so cute. All right. Some extra white off there. Go. And we'll emboss that real quick. And we'll see how it looks together. We'll find out if it's going to work. Just embossing that and get that nice white. Ooh, so pretty. I love embossing. All right, let's see how it works. Should we see if it's going to work? We have our rhino. We have this little leaf that I am just stamped with the Parakeet Party in Granny Apple Green. So we can put this on here with that and our little rhino. Oh, that's going to be cute. What do you think? Is that going to work? So much fun. You might have to put a little bit of ribbon on there, but we can do that in just a second. All right. I'm going to start adhering this stuff. I'm going to start adhering this down. Put this on last. Now, I have planned for Thursday, since I wasn't here last Thursday. Thank you all for being so gracious and so like just so sweet about the fact that I canceled on y'all last Thursday. So my plan for this Thursday was to use the Sentimental Park stamp set, and I have the cards all ready to go. So I may do that, but y'all, I just got this new stuff. I just got the new, I just got the new rhinos and the new tropical leaf, and I really want to play with it. So if I have time, if I get a chance tomorrow to really give it a whirl and give it a good play, I might switch. If it doesn't upset you too much, I might switch and I might do the tropical leaf and rhino ready on Thursday, and then next week we'll do the Sentimental Park. Unless y'all tell me that you've really, really been waiting for that Sentimental Park, and you're gonna be sad if I don't do it. All right. Oh, I want this to be out. This is why I use liquid multi-purpose glue, because I can move it just a little bit. There we go. I'll put down the circle for my sentiment. Hope your birthday is wild. Because everybody wants a wild birthday, right? Hope your birthday is wild. Now I think I want to add just a little something on here. A little bit of, well, how about some twine? I have a piece of twine right here. How about some twine? We can do that. I'm gonna make a bow with some twine. Let's see what this looks like. If I can tie a bow tonight. There we go. When I tie bows in the airs, I hold the strings with my pinkies. Unless I forget. I hold the strings with my pinky, and that just gives that extra tension you need to tie it. All right, so if we put this on here like this, and we put our little rhino over it, oh, so cute. So much fun. Probably could have moved this circle a little bit that way. Too late now. Let's put this little piece of twine on with a glue dot, a mini glue dot. So with the mini glue dots, let me bring that into screen. They're on the strip. I just stick it in and then peel it off with the dot in the center. And then I put it down on my project. So do this way. So I'll just put that down on my project where I think I want it to go. And then I'm going to put my rhino on here with some dimensionals, of course. Because everything has to have dimensionals. Thank you, Jamie. All right, make sure I missed the knot. I always want to make sure that I miss the knot with my dimensionals, because otherwise it'll make it too bumpy. So, all right, that's going to be great. So, I'll add this over here. Let's put him right on there. Oh, he's so cute. And now we're going to put this on the evening evergreen. And you guys don't go anywhere, because I have 3 more samples to show you. Things that I made ahead of time. All right, you got to decide. Do I want this flat on here? I think I just want it flat. All right. Don't always use dimensionals, really. So I'm just going to use some more multi-purpose glue. I'll adhere this to the front. Should we stamp it inside tonight? We probably should. I never do. Now, I'm so bad at stamping the insides of my cards. All right. So there we go. There's the front. And then let's go ahead and stamp the inside, just because I want to use the leaves some more. I'm going to clean off my leaves because they have Versamark on them. Clean those off. And I'm going to grab an inside. So I just have an inside of the card. I cut these ahead of time. I keep them in a giant stack on my desk. They are 5 1/4 or 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my parakeet party. I'm going to stamp a big leaf in parakeet party. I'm going to grab the granny apple green. And I think I'll stamp a smaller leaf in granny apple green. Oh, that's too centered. All right, we went too far. We're going to flip this over. We're going to flip that over. Sorry. I did 3 and then normally I like odd numbers, but it was not working for me. So there we go. Maybe I should have made them sticking up. I don't know. We'll try it. I got to play with the stamp set some more. All right. So I'll just go ahead and adhere this, pop this in the center of my card, and then I'm going to show you my bonus cards. You're going to want to see them. They're pretty awesome, I think. I'm a little biased, but I think they're pretty awesome. All right, let's get this mess out of here. I'm going to shove everything out of the way. I'm going to take this away. You can see a little bit better. So there is our rhino card. Oh, so much fun with those gorgeous leaves in the inside. And then let's check out these other ones. So I have one with the Sentimental Park. And this one, I did the background colors with Mango Melody, Melon Mambo, and Daffodil Delight. And then I went over it with Night of Navy. Isn't that pretty? Oh, so much fun. All right. And then for this one, I used the Best Butterflies stamp set. And this one, I did the colors in the background. I did a lot of colors. So I did like Mango Melody and Melon Mambo and some Pool Party and some Gorgeous Grape and some Fresh Freesia. And then I stamped all those butterflies on there, and they're so pretty. I love this set. We're going to be using this for the Stampin' Cross Country virtual retreat coming up in April. If you haven't registered yet, registration is still open through the 25th of March. But this is one of the stamp sets we're going to be using. So much fun. So I really like that. And then I did something just a little bit different. So those all had very dark backgrounds. Then I made this one with the Rays of Light stamp set and the Sending Smile stamp set. So for this one, I put down ink in Daffodil Delight, So Saffron, Pale Papaya, and Petal Pink, which you don't really get the pinks in there very much, but there was just a little bit. And then I embossed it. And then I went over it with Pumpkin Pie. Oh, pumpkin pie over the top. Isn't that pretty? And actually, this sun isn't embossed, so I didn't go quite all the way to the center, so it's a little bit more yellow in the center. The clouds, I embossed them first with the new Basics embossing folders, which is another one of those online exclusives. So if you haven't gone to check out those online exclusives yet, definitely go check them out because those are some awesome embossing folders. So I embossed those with the Basics embossing folders in this polka dot, and then I punched them out with the clouds, and the sentiment is from the Sending Smiles. So there we go. Isn't that fun? So those are my sample cards for you guys tonight. So much fun. Don't forget that this the quick reference guide for this technique will be in this week's newsletter. So if you don't already get my online or my email newsletter every week, make sure that you click the link. If you're on YouTube, it's in the description to the video. If you're not, you can pop over to my website, onigostamping.com, and get on my newsletter subscription list so that you get my newsletter every week, because I send out free tutorials, and then I send out the quick reference guide for Tuesday night's technique or fun fold or whatever we did that week. So this week, we're going to have the Joseph's Coat quick reference guide in there for you. That way, you can save it or print it and have it later and always, be able to remember how to do it. So that is it for this evening. I know what I was going to tell you before I forget. If you like this card, I did record a reel of this. So if you guys don't already follow me on Instagram and you want to see me kind of make this background, make sure you pop over to Instagram and find me over there, Stampin_Heidi over on Instagram, because I'm pretty sure that reel is going to go up tomorrow where I made this card. So, all right, that is it for this evening. Thank you all for joining me. I will see y'all again on Thursday night, where we will either be using the Sentimental Park stamp set or maybe the new Rhino Ready and Tropical Leaf stamp sets. We'll decide tomorrow. I will see you all on Thursday. Have a great evening.